My head's not on right.
And let's go live.
Yes, let's do it. Okay, it's asking me to record. Yes.
We are here. We are here to be lighthouses. If you are tuning in to this live stream or to this replay, I bet you know you are here to shine your light unapologetically, boldly, and bring your unique gifts in this time. And I'm so excited today to bring to you a dear business sister, friend, mentor, colleague, client. We are basically everything to each other, Sal Daina and I,
Mm.
except we're not in a love relationship. That's about it.
No,
This
I'd say we're not in a romantic
No,
relationship.
no, not in a romantic love relationship. Yes, that's right. So Sal Daina, for those of you who haven't met her yet, is an award-winning film producer, a visibility strategist that went from the shadows behind the camera into the limelight in 2020. She has made an incredible journey and she has an immaculate expertise. And she has been instrumental to me daring to show up and be visible more and more through the years that we have known each other. I'm so happy to bring you to my community and yeah, to hear more about your journey and how people can do those steps, those practical steps to dare to be part of the role model revolution going on. Welcome, Sal.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for being here. I found myself a little bit teary, Maria. So thank you for that beautiful warm introduction. It really is something I'm excited about too. And I can feel my heart racing to be here with you today. So a really heartfelt thank you and gratitude to being in your community. You also, I have to say, have been instrumental in my leadership journey to open my heart, to be present to the feminine as a valuable and viable way of communicating and not just going at a bull at a gate all the time. I am definitely a feet to the fire kind of visibility strategist. I did spend decades in the film industry, and you cannot be a wallflower. And as a producer, I take care of all the 8 departments. They're my responsibility. When you think about the Academy Awards or the Berlin Film Festival, which I had a film in, or Cannes, the best film actually goes to a producer. So cast, crew, DOP, design, sound, music, any of the elements that come before to make up a screen production, the producer is ultimately responsible.
Mm.
And so I have this kind of fierce leadership part of me, but you opened me up to well, you could just be a little kinder.
Thank you.
And I'm really
So
grateful for having the courage to take me on. Yeah.
thank you, Sal. It is the gratitude and appreciation is so mutual. And I just want to set the stage here for those of you tuning in live or on
Mm.
the replay. Sal is broadcasting from basically everywhere. She is now in her van, and her backdrop, which is a practical hack that we can talk about, one of the many things that you support your clients with. The backdrop is a shawl, right, or a piece of cloth that is now she has put it up in her van to be able to show up on brand. And as you see, the wind is having it move a little bit, and she is also using her brand colors, her brand glasses. So those of you who have seen Sal before, you recognize her. You know that it's shining brightly online on video that is connected to all of this. Sal, can you tell us a little bit about how these practical hacks can help us to show up and become more confident on video?
Okay, thank you. Yes. So if they fall down, I asked Maria to tell me, because one of a great quick hack that I can give to everybody is when you're on Zoom and you're wherever you're being asked to beam into from the rest of the world, the best thing I know to do is just turn off your own self view. We're here in communication and connection. And if you have your own self view on, the mind is designed to go to itself. And so if you turn off the self view, you're really going to stay present to both the lens and the interviewer. So just like a saw hack there. And so I said, Maria, you better tell me if the wind comes up. You know, I'm looking at an eagle out the window. And just for the purposes of being here, I'm going to show you. And then I will talk about why these hacks matter. Like that's what I'm looking at, right?
Wow.
So what you're seeing though is an image that is allows your mind to relax and be in a place of trust and safety and security, because it's designed to be that way. Now I'm not going to go into all of that. That's part of the challenge, which we're going to talk about later maybe. But the simple hacks, what they do is they give you the confidence to show up when asked, and the consistency of your personal presence. So as Maria said, people can recognize you, and memorability in the online world is incredibly important. It's the economy of attention. We're living in the age of attention. And it's not an argument that I ever get into is it good or is it bad? I can't be bothered. There's 8 billion people on the planet. If you want to have that argument, there's many you can talk to about it. My belief system is running, and what I've been called to do and what I believe I'm here is to help women shine online, to be seen, to be part of the role model revolution, to have legacy businesses, and forever be embedded into the culture with your wisdom, because that's what's never been happened before. We're living in a time when it's never been possible to have all of this available to you. As a film producer, I can tell you this used to cost millions, literally millions.
Yeah,
And it's all here on your computer, all here.
it's an amazing opportunity to build an audience with almost no cost at all.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. And
Effort, time.
and to reach people's hearts and create
Mm,
relationship. And
mm.
this is something that you're so brilliant at. And as I watch you, I see you daring to be more and more vulnerable and showing all of it, not just the polished on brand, even though you are always in some way on brand, but you are daring also to be very authentic. Can you talk a little bit about that, the courage it has taken, the healing it has taken to dare to do that?
You know, that's thank you. That and thank you for seeing me. The reality is that I call my program Evolve, right? Evolve the bold, evolve your brave, whatever I'm feeling into and has come through myself at any given time, because it's an evolution. And so yeah, I had to step in front of the camera, as you said, in 2020 when I lost all my contracts, and felt called actually when I was watching women just make an absolute dog's breakfast of their videos, and I wanted to help them. And I kind of made a rough video that said, like, if you think you feel your videos look terrible, they probably do, and I've got a program that can help you. Come to my Facebook group. And I didn't have a Facebook group, and I woke up in the morning, it was just a competition to make a video, and 30 people asked to join the group. I was like, holy moly. So I had to learn so many skills that I didn't have. But the skill that I had, which is primary and became so important within weeks with Zoom, right, was that I knew how to make people look good in front of the camera. 100%. I've been doing that for years
Mm.
at a deep level, and at a level, not just that you look pretty. And working with my sister Inga, who's a stylist, she will make you look amazing and feel great in yourself and confident from your own wardrobe from the get-go. But what we work with as a video team, and because she was a video stylist through the MTV years, what we understand and through our cultural upbringing as a mother, as an artist, is that you can fill this space with meaning that's very magnetic for your people if you can open your own heart. So my heart got opened by women like you and by other women. I didn't know there was such a range of healing available. I mean, I have always healed from Facebook ads. Someone has caught my attention. I've got interested and curious. I've stayed with them in community, and then I've taken the leap and said yes and come to work with them. And so I'm a journey practitioner, which I got to be working for the journey. It's a method of emotional cellular healing through guided introspection and opening into source and working from that place and as a channel. And as a child, I was very ethereal, and I now realize incredibly sensitive, and required quite a lot of time out. So I would get sick and end up at my grandparents in nature. And so my grandmother was a white witch, she told me, from a Latvian heritage, acknowledging all ancestors here, past, present, and future, in the land in which we stand, work, and play today. And when my mother died of cancer, and after I became a journey practitioner, when the pandemic hit and I had to get in front of the camera, and I did that, I went through a huge shame spiral. But being a producer, I started looking at what I'd done that would make that happen. And then I used my journey skills to start clearing that and getting the support in place. And what it came to was that I was being inauthentic. So the very first video I made for that competition, I was there I put on I looked beautiful, as if I was going on a date, right? And I
Yeah.
thought, I want to help men overcome sexual assault, sexual abuse trauma, because then if they do that, women won't get sexually abused. Just this is my kind of thinking at the time when I went into this competition. And a video challenge, just like what I'm holding. And then when I locked it back, I was like, yes, I was prostituting myself. That's how I felt.
Mm.
And what I really wanted was a partner to go on a date. I don't actually want to help men.
Mm.
I don't. I want to help women be empowered and embodied in themselves. And so when I was watching these great healers, all so many different sorts. I mean, I literally had never met dolphin healers, sound healers. You know, I was in a healing community, women. And so yourself, you know, a songstress. I never met these people. So I was watching and listening to them. I'm like, you guys are all amazing. And you're making terrible videos. No one knows what you do from your video. You should be able to have some sense of it. So it's so fun. And that coming out of the shame spiral was key, because every woman that worked with me, and then about a year into it, I got graced with what I believe Source gave me, which is a visibility process. And so for those that do want to go through, which you've experienced, we do a deep visibility process. And I'm amazed. It's not mine to give. I'm just a channel for that. But when it comes through and women come to me on that, and we do that work, everybody pops. Everybody pops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
really
pop.
yeah. Yeah, it's really amazing to see the before and after footage from the clients that you have worked with. And I'm one of them. And I can truly say, when I look back at the gray mouse I used to be,
Mm,
with
mm,
my blue-gray cardigan and my yoga background, and I was so afraid of other women's jealousy if I stepped into and owned my power. Uh,
mm.
and you definitely, and your sister Inga also, you in combination really supported me to take one step at a time. And it is an evolution, and it still is. But those basic, practical, tangible things that I learned from you, I will have with me always.
That's
Uh,
right.
so,
That's right.
so
That's
valuable.
key. That's key. That
Mm.
is key. And you
Mm.
can't go back, right? This is what I
No,
love about personal transformation. Once you've crossed the threshold, you're through the threshold. So
yeah,
what's next? You know, you're
yeah.
amazing. And yeah, and every time I want to extend, you know, I got asked to play on to appear on a stage, and it was a really big stretch for me, and I got very, very nervous. And so I got a performance coach, you know, an actress that I know does well, and I said, could you just work with me so that I get this right? And about a day before, we'd been working together, you know, a couple of times a week, and she said to me, you know what? You've already passed the audition, Sally. She's asked you, why are you trying to impress her? It's not about her. It's about helping the women. Why are we doing this? And I was
Yeah.
like, of course, right? So I, I had to get over my desire to be loved by the mother,
Yeah.
you know.
Mm. That's a thing that we all probably need to get over, and sometimes many times. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. So I know that you had a really powerful awakening in India that kind
Mm.
of pushed you on the trajectory. Uh, can you speak about that before we go into talking more about what's available for the women that feel attracted to knowing more about being visible on camera?
2020, I was in a high level retreat for journey practitioners on the mountain Arunachala. No one's ever asked me that question, Maria. Om Shiva, Om Shiva. And uh, everybody was having awakenings, and I was not. And the final day, Ganesh came to me in so many diamonds, as if he was in front of me, but like, multi-dimensional crystal diamonds in front of my face. And then when I went to the mountain and I said, well, and I'd been up to the Ramana's cave and his mother's cave. There are two caves, Ramana's cave, for those of you that don't know, on Mount Arunachala, and his mother's cave. And when I went into the mother's cave, I was graced with a deep forgiveness, a very powerful opening. What I believe now, given the timing in world events, was the divine feminine awakening opening for me, which I had not even experienced that language when I was there. And so I came off the mountain a changed person. I then had a Ganesha experience. And they say that which is not here is not real. Well, I can tell you it's still here. When you ask me, it's here again for me.
Yeah.
And the words came, prosperity for the journey. Now I'm a journey practitioner, and I was working for them doing their promotions and their video, marketing, and I was about to become head of communications. And so I thought that the guidance was for them, for the company.
Yeah.
And then I came into this realization, guided by a very smart, wise coach who said to me, no, this is for the journey, for all. And over many years, I've been given these words that come, and it is, I am here to heal across land, sea, and country with others, giving the gift of radiant love with prosperity for the journey, in love, in liberation and joy, which I've just come back from India, which those three words were the ones that were giving to me this time: love, liberation, and joy. And so prosperity for the journey with love, liberation, and joy is my spiritual path as a business owner for women.
So beautiful. And Ganesh is moving away blocks that we have to prosperity. And you really supported me with prosperity for my journey several times. And I want to speak into one particular time where we, as business buddies, we were checking in with each other. And you were asking me, what do you have to celebrate this week? And I said, well, I celebrate that I have a meeting with a potential client, and it's my first male client. And I will give him a beta prize on my program because I have never worked with men before. And you just nailed me with your eyes. And then you said, why beta prize? And then you asked me, because you couldn't understand, why would he pay less? Why? And then you asked me, knowing that I was working a lot with the divine feminine and the divine masculine frequencies. And he asked me to ask my divine masculine about the price that I would ask for this 6 month program for this man?
Mm.
And the answer that came from within me, from my guidance, thanks to your question, was the double price that I at that time had for women. And I was in shock. And you were really fiercely holding me in my value. And the day that I had the meeting with that potential client, he wanted to work with me. He had already tried some of my services in another setting. And I was sick to my stomach because I
Of
had
course.
this huge block of receiving, and also letting him know that, by the way, the beta price that I was promised you is not on the table anymore because I have received guidance from within. But because Sal is a fierce coach, and that at the time I
Mm.
was in her program Evolve, super valuable. And I was more afraid of going back to you, Sal, and let you know that I didn't stand my ground than I was about what he would think.
Mm. If people
And
say that you have to be ready to come into the private coaching with me, right? You have to be
yes,
really wanting to be held feet to the fire,
yes,
and not because I've learned that. Thank you for that story. It's good to be reminded of, but also I thought, gosh, but then you really stepped into going and getting money work done on yourself, and that you got to that guidance and you trust yourself now with money in such a way that's so lovely, and I'm so guided by you. You know, this is the reality. We're people of authenticity. This is just how it is. Like, it's not, there's no cookie cutter way, I don't believe, into the new world. I don't believe that that's true. And as a producer, I think I'm right with what I'm seeing, that authenticity is key, who we are, who we hang out with, what we believe in. Thank you for sharing, Ganesh. You know, on the mountain this time, I bought 22 small Ganesh. They hand carved them for me from this man and his son. His son came to deliver them and haggled me, which was so great. I've got it on video. This like 12-year-old boy haggling me. My father said this amount, but I don't think it's enough. I was like, oh, right, don't you? That's interesting. I said, but we've made a deal. That's business. Anyway, it's all on camera, and I finally relented. He said, what about, I said, you're so good. This is for you. I just want you to have that. Like, great. So for the next 22 clients that come with me, I want them to have Ganesh,
mm,
the symbolism of clearing the obstacles. But also, Ganesh is fiercely generous and loving and kind. But sometimes to clear the obstacles, I'm an 8 in the Enneagram, and I fly to the 2 with just love, if you know about that. But it is about being and doing the dirty work.
yeah. And you are not afraid of being in the fire with your clients. And for me, that was so valuable at that point, and others too. And what the end of the story, the client said yes. And what he said to me in that call was, I'm impressed because you said I would get a beta price. And I explained why I couldn't keep that promise. And I could do it very, you know, authentically and also vulnerably. And when he ended his program, when I asked him about, you know, what he gained and what was valuable for him, he mentioned a lot of things. And then he said, but you know what? What still impressed me the most with you is that you asked for this price and that you stood your ground, and it was worth it. It was so worth it. So, and I would not have received that sense of self-value if it hadn't been for you at that time. And so we need each other. We are mirrors to each other. Oops. Sal disappeared. Okay, hopefully she's coming back because she has this amazing 5-day challenge that she's going to tell you about. Let's see if we can get her in again. So let me just talk to you a little bit about the challenge first, and we'll see if Sal pops up back. That's the, yeah, here she comes. That is the interesting thing with being in the outback in Australia. Yes, here she comes. Welcome back,
So
Sal.
sorry. Thank
Yeah.
you. Sorry about that. Little technical glitch in
Yeah.
Australia.
Yes.
But I'm thinking that it's going to start happening because in Australia at 5:30 p.m., when families start turning on the television and children start, our internet just starts to
Yes.
disappear.
Yeah. So let's go into your challenge that you are offering.
I want to thank you though for Right to Shine as well, the song that helps all my clients rise and shine. I mean, you'll hear it in the challenge, but you know, and yeah, I wanted to mention how grateful I am for that. You know, you've spoken of, yeah, thank you.
Me too. We can play a snippet of it in the end,
Thank you.
just
Okay.
to let the people know what also musical energetic support they will receive. So you have a 5-day from the shadows to shining bright online that is
Yes.
coming up next week. So let us know, who is it for and what will they receive? This is high
What do you,
level free training. And I mean, I who know how much value you bring, I totally think you could charge for this. But it's free.
I think look, I will do it this year until I'll do these challenges. I may not ever present it live again. This will be presented, and if it is recorded okay with the internet, I may never ever do this one again. That's
Mm.
the reality, because I love reversioning content. So why would I? I'll be there for the coaching at the end and the questions, but the actual transmission of being in the room with me, this may well be the last one. And um, and I feel like that's what's coming through. So thank you for mentioning it. It is a high value training. It is a challenge, which means, and I've set it up this week. I've never been so excited to do it. It doesn't matter if you've done it before. It doesn't matter where you're coming in at. I now feel that whether you're a seasoned video professional and you think I'm here, but you're going to go to a new platform, this is for you. Whether or not you're like, first I've been dabbling and I am so bad at this, I never want to do it again and I'm ready to quit, I got you. This is if you are really a spiritually aligned, uh, kind of open for consciousness and changing the world. So are you a healer? Are you a speaker? Are you a coach? Or are you a creative? These are my women. Are you over 40 or 45? Somewhere in there. If you're over four, you're younger than 45 or 40, you're welcome. And I applaud you for wanting to get visible and for accepting that perhaps you haven't been with the generation of iPhone, magicians that they are, those younger ones. So it's really to say, look, we're in a different generation. So it's for older women. It's from trauma to trailblazing. So I'm like, bring the wound, man, and don't worry about it. It's okay. Wherever you've started from, you can still blaze a trail, and be that beacon of light, which I really think is there. And so you're going to get how to. Oh my God, there are dolphins going through the ocean. I'm sorry, that's hard. They caught my eye. How beautiful.
Wow. So that's the joy
Oh
we're
wow.
talking
Oh
about.
wow. I was just saying the dolphin callers, right?
Yeah.
The dolphin healers. Do you remember you saying that earlier in the interview?
Yes.
And I
Yeah.
was calling them today. So thank you, thank you, thank you, Om Shiva. And uh, so day one, we're going to get very clear on what platform are we going to, where are we going, and who, what, where, when, why, how, why. Like, it's the big question that you have to answer for yourself if you're going to have an online business with any success. The second day, then we go into the know, like, trust factor, what we were talking about, the memorability. How do people start to recognize you in a way that's authentic to you? I'm going to unpack, which I've never done before, how to get the colors and the values right so that this is just, you've always got the easiest hack ever wherever you are, just like Maria and I talk about with the backgrounds or whatever. But I'm like, we're at an age now and a stage of this game where I want you to be able to do this from your car. So I'm really like, it is which color is going to align to you. And this is based on science as well as creativity as well as channeling, right? This is good work. So that's day 3. It's always a fun turning point. Then we're going to have, let's get live. Let's really move the needle on what it is you need to do to be seen. And I'm going to invite people to take a big risk and to win a big prize. You know, let's go. Let's help each other out, and let's see you really fly and shine. And so it's how to look good, how to feel good, and how to be great for others to find you.
Mm. Yeah.
So the intention is that you have that breakthrough where you're reflected or receive in clients. Nothing uplifts me more than people who want to create an impact through working with clients, either at scale or individually, and then having that more come into their community. Then I feel I'm fulfilling my dharma.
Mm. Beautiful. And it's also, I've been in several of your challenges and also in one of your programs. It's also so beautiful to be on a journey together with other women that also are stepping out, and the encouragement and the support, the loving feedback, it really helps your confidence.
Mm.
And so it
And
can be,
conviction,
yeah,
conviction,
yeah.
you know, and you see, oh wow, I'm not alone here. I'm
Hmm.
with this. I'm really into the we at the moment. I've got this whole thing going on about the we.
Yes. And that's the Aquarian age speaking.
Mm.
It's community. We cannot do this alone. We cannot lone wolf. It doesn't work. We need each other.
Yeah, we just go further,
So
faster.
I put the link to Sal's free challenge in the comments.
Mm.
It will be in the middle of the night for us in Europe, but it will be well worth to join anyway and take part on the replays and show up to yourself or for yourself and for the women or men or children that are waiting for you. So this is,
Show up for you for the impact you want to have. That's what I'm
yeah,
asking. Like, show up for the impact you want to have. And
yeah.
you showed up for 3.5 years to my challenges. So it's the same time zone. I never changed the time.
Oh yeah, I showed up in the middle of the night sometimes. Yes, I did.
Yes. And
And
the
I also
Facebook group
watched
is
it.
open
Yeah.
24/7. I go back and check every comment, every video. I'm like, when I'm on for this, I'm on for it for you. I'm like, I'm here. You tag
Yeah.
me, I'll comment. I'll have you. Yeah.
Okay. So Sal, do you want us to share a snippet of the Right to Shine song?
Yes.
This
Yes.
is a song that Sal asked for to support both herself to hold the energy in her work and her clients. And it's called Right to Shine, and you have the right to shine too. So let's hear a snippet of it.
Thank you, Maria, for having me in this community. See you there.
Thank you. It's a joy to share you with this precious.
Your gifts are waiting to be shared.
I
Are
tell
you
people to hum to this if you can
ready
hear it.
to bring them? Are you willing to get out of your way and radiantly shine? There
I'll mute
are
myself.
people waiting just for you. Are you ready to serve them? Are you willing to give all that you got and
Are you ready
radiantly
to shine
shine?
radiantly? Let Sal guide you.
All the colors of the rainbow are within you. You have the right to shine, the right to be seen. All the colors of you are needed. Don't need to fit in. You have the right to shine.
Yes, that's the thing. We cannot afford you dimming your light anymore. Your light is needed. And here's your guide to shine brightly on video. Thank you so much, Sal. I will be checking in on the challenge, and I advise you highly to do that too. So good to have you, Sal. Good luck with everything. Much
Thank you so much
love.
for having me.
And let us know if this was helpful. And do you have questions for Sal? Bring them in the
100%.
chat and she will come back and answer them. Okay. Much
Mwah.
love.
Love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.